Epistemological Foundations of the PVB. Introduction. The videomatic pedagogy of Biles, conceived as an inclusive, critical, and technological proposal, is grounded in a solid framework of thinkers, theories, and methodologies that give it structure and meaning. Below, these foundations are presented by thematic axis, revealing how each author and work has been reinterpreted within the model. We begin this journey through the epistemological pillars that support the PVB. Philosophical and epistemological axis. We begin with the philosophical foundation. Edmund Husserl, in Ideas Pertaining to a Pure Phenomenology, 1913, proposes that knowledge stems from lived experience. The PVB adopts this premise by focusing on the student's life world, encouraging reflection through video. Martin Heidegger, in Being in Time, 1927, portrays the human being as a being in the world, always situated and projected. In the PVB, video allows the student to express themselves from their own context and existence. Hans-Georg Gadamer, with Truth and Method, 1960, teaches that all learning involves a fusion of horizons. Thus, videomatic productions become spaces for cultural and interpretive dialogue. John Dewey, in Democracy and Education, 1916, advocates for an active, participatory education oriented toward the common good. In the PVB, each video is a reflective action where the student acts as a citizen of both the classroom and the world. Finally, John W. Cresswell, in Qualitative Inquiry and Research Design, 1998, provides a phenomenological interpretive approach that guides research in the PVB, enabling an understanding of the meaning students assign to their experiences. Psychopedagogical axis of learning. We now turn to contributions from educational psychology. Jean Piaget, in The Origins of Intelligence in Children, 1936, posits that learning develops in stages. Therefore, the PVB adapts video production to the cognitive abilities of each age group. Lev Vygotsky, in Thought and Language, 1934, highlights the cultural mediation of learning. In the PVB, video is precisely that mediating tool that connects the individual with their community. David Ausubel, in Educational Psychology, 1968, states that learning is the integration of new information with prior knowledge. Thus, each video in the PVB is constructed from the student's pre-existing understanding. David Kolb, with Experiential Learning, 1984, structures learning as a cyclical process: experience, reflection, conceptualization, and action. Video enhances this dynamic. Finally, Richard Mayer, in Multimedia Learning, 2001, establishes principles for designing effective audiovisual materials. His theory underpins videomatic production from a cognitive perspective. Critical, social, and inclusive axis. The PVB is also a pedagogy of justice and transformation. Paulo Freire, in Pedagogy of the Oppressed, 1970, promotes a liberating education based on dialogue. In the PVB, the student takes the word and transforms it into image and personal voice. Nancy Fraser, with Redistribution or Recognition, 2003, speaks of social justice as the redistribution of opportunities and the recognition of identities. The PVB gives visibility to the excluded. Henry Giroux, in Theory and Resistance in Education, 1983, advocates for a critical pedagogy capable of challenging power structures. Each video in the PVB can be a form of creative resistance. Gert Ballesta, in Good Education in an Age of Measurement, 2010, calls for the formation of autonomous subjects capable of deciding and acting responsibly. Mel Ainscow, in Understanding the Development of Inclusive Schools, 2001, offers principles for transforming institutions into spaces for all. And Bengt Nurge, in The Normalization Principle, 1969, reminds us that education should provide common, not segregated, living conditions. This inspires the accessibility at the heart of the videomatic model. Technological and digital citizenship axis. The digital dimension is an essential part of the PVB. Jose Manuel Cabero, in Educational Technology and Disability, 2014, advocates for inclusive technology that serves diversity. Manuel Area, in Educational Technology, 2005, promotes a critical literacy that goes beyond the instrumental use of ICTs. Mike Ribble in Digital Citizenship in Schools, 2011, proposes educating digital citizens with ethics and responsibility. Henry Jenkins in Convergence Culture, 2006, emphasizes the value of active student participation in media. Rose and Meyer in Teaching Every Student in the Digital Age, 2002, propose universal design for learning, a vital guide for personalizing instruction within the PVB. Bergman and Sams in Flip Your Classroom, 2012, promote the flipped classroom. The PVB adopts this idea. Video prepares, the class transforms. And David Biles in Inclusive Educational Technologies, 2023, systematizes this pedagogy by integrating all these elements into an original, contextualized, and critical model. Asterisk, emotional and motivational axis. Asterisk, finally, learning is also about emotion. Antonio Damasio in Descartes' Error, 1994, demonstrates that emotion is essential to reasoning and learning. Albert Bandura in Social Learning Theory, 1977, explains how we learn by observing models. In the PVB, students see and hear themselves, identify with others, and are motivated through their own videos. Asterisk, asterisk, this is not merely a list of references. It is the epistemological heart of Biles' videomatic pedagogy. Each author, each work, each idea has been reinterpreted and applied to a single reality, that of a student who learns by creating, who learns by sharing, who learns by being. Because in the PVB, learning is not about repeating. It is about looking, thinking, feeling, and transforming. Asterisk,